Hi guys, welcome back to yet another video of the IB Lounge YouTube series. My name is Marcus and today we'll be tackling the question of should you change your subject combination? Hey guys, welcome to the IB Lounge YouTube series. My name is Marcus and I am the founder of IB Lounge, which is a specialized IB tuition service located right here in Singapore. So a bit about myself, I was once an IBDP student, maybe just like yourself, and I was also thoroughly lost in the IBDP. So I wanted to create this YouTube series to actually help other students who may be as confused or maybe as scared of the IBDP, just like myself. Now this is a really scary process for many, it's a real big change for some, but I'm here to tell you that I went through it and it's really not that bad. So in today's video, what I will be going through is my own process of what I changed in my subject combination, as well as why I think you should change your subject combination under certain conditions only. So for those of you who did not watch my previous video where I went through what my initial subject combination was and what it is eventually, please check out the video right here, and once you have done that, come back to this video and I'll be explaining to you the thought process. Okay, so for those of you who didn't bother to actually go back to the previous video to watch it, I'll just be giving a brief overview of what my main decision criteria was when I decided to change my subject combination. So first of all, the main reason I changed my subject combination was because I really couldn't cope with higher level biology. So this was because of my lack of foundation. I have never taken biology except in secondary 1 and 2. So the gap between me and my classmates was super wide. I even tried to self-study biology so in order to catch up, but I wasn't able to. I was really falling behind every single day. It was a super challenging time for me. I didn't really understand what was going on in class, so I really felt very disheartened, and I knew that moving forward this was not something very sustainable. I also took a step back and I actually thought about it, and I realized that I didn't really need biology in order to apply to the university courses which I wanted to. So for me, it was quite a clear decision to actually drop biology, and because of that, I had to change my whole subject combination. So I ended up changing my subject combination somewhere in May of my first year. I had to go through quite a lot of administrative hassle. I had to explain to my teachers why I was dropping the subject, and it was quite a long period in time, but I feel that in the long term it was definitely worth it. Okay, so let me just go through some of the consequences of changing your subject combination and some of the things that you need to take note of. So of course, when you change your subject combination, the first thing that you would realize is that there's quite a lot of hassle, administrative processes that you have to go through. So this is for obvious reasons, because the school has to change your timetable, your school has to reallocate you to different classes, has to probably change up some things in the system, and so this actually takes a while. So from my experience, don't expect this process to be very quick or very simple. You would need some time and effort to actually go about changing this subject combination. Now the second major thing that you will realize is that you would actually have to relearn the new subject you're taking. So because you actually drop one subject and you take a new subject, this would actually mean that you have to relearn that new subject from scratch. So for me, I actually pushed up my language and literature, and because of this I had to kind of like relearn parts of a new book by myself. I had to attend individual consultations with the teacher, who was very kind to actually help me catch up. And I actually took, because now I had an empty slot for SL, I had to take chemistry SL, and because of that I had to actually relearn everything that the teacher went through in the first half of the year. So that's another drawback of actually changing your subject combination. Okay, and the last con that I faced was that I suddenly lost all the friends that I had in the previous subject combination. So if you haven't, again, please watch the previous video, but if you can see, not all my subjects had changed, and it's only the subjects that I had changed which I had to make new friends. And obviously because of this, I didn't get to see my old friends from the previous classes, and this actually was a bit sad because I would lose touch with some of them and things like that. So be prepared to lose some friends, but the pros obviously of joining a new class or a new subject is that you will actually meet new friends, and these friends would most likely or not actually be also interested in the subjects you're taking, which is really awesome because you get to meet people of like-minded interests. And I actually met some good friends who actually had similar future plans as me, and who could really click much better with me because they had similar interests in subjects. So another obvious pro for me was that I actually had a much easier time coping with my schoolwork because these were subjects that I eventually settled on and that I was really interested in. So it really made a lot more sense, and it was really a really good time because I was really interested in what I was studying. I had more time to pursue things outside of the classroom, and this was really an amazing decision for me. Okay, so should you change your subject combination? My answer to you is yes, but only if you have really thought it through. Chances are you're not going to be able to change back or to change to another subject combination after making the first switch. At least this was what was told to me when I was an IBDP student. And obviously practically it doesn't really make sense to keep changing your subject combination, and it will incur a huge amount of administrative work for the school. Apart from that, you will also definitely need to catch up for a way longer time if you were to keep changing your subject combination. So why should you, or who should actually change their subject combination? Well, I think the first thing that you actually really need to consider is, will that affect your university choices? And if you are certain that the university courses that you want to apply to don't actually need the current subjects that you're taking, and if you're really not interested in them, you're really struggling with them, then I think the answer is pretty clear, that you should follow your interests, and obviously not at the expense of what you want to do in the future. So as long as you are sure on that, I suggest you go ahead, because it's really not an easy task to go through 2 years of doing things that you're not interested in, and definitely would not be a good strategy in order to get the best grade that you can possibly. Okay, so I hope that you guys have enjoyed this rather short video. I know I said the other video was short, and frankly I could keep babbling on, but I know you guys would like shorter videos. So if you guys want to ask more questions about subject combinations or changing subject combinations, do direct them to the comment section below. If not, I hope you like this video. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.